Good afternoon, everybody, and good morning to those of you joining us from the West Coast today. Welcome to the iTeachers webinar today on how to create and deliver online assessments. Those online assessments being quizzes, tests, essay assignments, as well as discussion assignments. So without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and log into the iTeachers portal. Good afternoon, everybody, and good morning to those who joined us from the All right, so the first thing we're going to go do when we log in is we're going to highlight classes, and we're just going to go ahead and add a class. And we're going to add a new class, and we're going to call this class phlebotomy. And we have different types of classes to choose from. We're going to leave this as an instructor-led course, which will have a start date and an end date to it. And then we'll just go ahead and pick a subject, and we'll call it health. All right, so once we've created the class, everything on the left-hand side now deals with the class we created called phlebotomy. So we have the news section, we can do news feeds, we have the lessons, where we can add different lessons and sections and modules to the class. But today we're going to focus on the assignments area. So to add a quiz, all I do is I click on the assignments area and I just click on add. Now when I click on add, I get a list of different types of assignments that I can do. So I can add a quiz, an essay, an offline assignment, and an offline assignment is if you're giving a class online or just using this as a complement to your on-campus courses, and you give someone a test on campus in class, and you can add an offline assignment, which means that you can just merge the grade books from any of their online assignments with their offline ones. You can do surveys for students when they finish complete classes, and we have our discussion topics, our debates. We have student work in team group. You can import SCORM quizzes, and we have a Dropbox area, and you can also give points for attendance. But we're going to add a quiz right now, and we're just going to call this phlebotomy. So it's called Phleb Quiz Week 1. So I give it the title. I can give it a category, so we're just going to call this a quiz. We'll give it this normal grading style. And we give it a due date. What is the last date the student has to take this exam? We'll leave it as August 20th at 1 p.m. right now. If you want to change it, you just click on the box and you can change the date, time, hour, and minute. And then we have to give the students instructions. So we're going to say, please complete this exam in 10 minutes or less. And I click Save. And now I've created the outline of the quiz. Now once I create the quiz, I'm given the options up top for overview, questions, grades, analytics, and personalize. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to questions. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a question. Now when I add a question to the quiz, I have numerous types of questions that I can ask. So I can ask a true or false, a multiple choice with one answer, multiple choice with more than one answer, fill in the blanks, a free form. Now a free form is any type of essay response question that you require. You have matching, arithmetic, and a library, which you can go to your question bank and get things from there. So let's just go ahead and add a true-false question. And we'll pick the correct answer, and we'll add another question. All right, so now we'll go ahead and let's add a multiple choice question. And I'm just going to take one that I have on the side here. And I'll paste it in. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add the answers. Now all I'm doing right now is copying and pasting from a Word document. And then I just want to take out the letters. And then I'm going to pick which answer is correct just by clicking the little radio button next to the correct answer. And then I have a couple options here. So we can list them or have a drop-down box for the students to see, or we can randomize the order of these answers, or we can keep it in its original form. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to save, and we're going to add another question. And the reason I'm going to add another question here is because I want to show you different types of questions you can add. Because when you click on the HTML mode, you are able to go ahead and add different types of audio and visual questions. So let's say I have a question that requires a chart. I just click on HTML mode, and I'm just going to go ahead and upload the image. And I'll click here. All right. So now I've uploaded an image, and then let's say I want to have them pick out one of the veins. All you do is you go vein A, vein B, vein C. And we'll just go right here to the question, and we'll just get something under, some text underneath here. Please identify the correct vein. All right, so I'm just going to the bottom here, and I'm going to save and return to the assignment. So now I've created a quiz with a true-false, multiple choice with one answer, and then a multiple choice with one answer that has some images attached to it. So if I go back to the overview, and I just want to sample how these questions look, I just click on Take Quiz right here, and I can see how this looks. All right, I click Finished, and there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and return to the assignment. Now what I want to do is I want to edit all the details of the assignment. So I'm going to click on Edit right above Instructions. And right here we have a due date, so we have the last date and time a person has to submit this exam. But we also want to give it a start date. So when's the first, when can they start taking this exam? So right now we have it set up for August 19th at 1 p.m. We want to give them max attempts, so 1 or 2 or more. Whether or not we want to allow late submissions. And then for the grading, you can use the latest score or use the best score. And we did say we want to time this exam, so we're just going to go and click on time, and I think we give them 10 minutes. And then we have the options to randomize the order or not. So every student would have a different quiz. You can give them instant feedback or not. Now, instant feedback means that the students will see the correct answer to each question as soon as they take it. So we'll leave that off for now. And then we can allow them to navigate the quiz by question name or grid. And then as soon as they are done, you have show and student results. So they're going to be able to see right when they're finished right now, they can see the question, their response, what the correct answer was, their score, and any feedback that was provided for that answer. So if you are giving them more than one chance to take the exam, you might want to take away the correct answer for them to view. So we're just going to click on Save. And now if we click on Take Quiz again, you can see the timer is now started in the top left-hand corner here. So that's how we go ahead and create a quiz. So once we create the quiz and we click on the Assignments tab again, we see we created a phlebotomy quiz week 1 with a start date and a due date. We have not given it to the students yet. We'll go over that in a minute. We have a max score of 3 because we added 3 questions. And right now there's nothing to grade or submitted yet. So the next assignment we want to create is an essay assignment. So I'm going to click on essay, and I'm going to say essay assignment week 1, and we'll categorize it as homework. And we'll keep the same due date of August 20th, and in the instructions we'll say, please write a 500-word essay on what it takes to be a phlebotomist. And I click save. And that's it. That's how you created an essay response, and then the students will be given a box to go ahead and type in their response or upload a Word document. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add a discussion forum. So in online education, discussion forums are tend to be a very big part of the online instruction. So we're going to say call discussion number 1, and we'll categorize it as participation. And we'll tell everyone to introduce yourself and tell us why you want to be in the field of healthcare. Click save. That's it. So now you've created a discussion. So now if I go back to my assignments tab, I've created 3 assessments so far. I've created a quiz, I've created an essay assignment, and I've also created a discussion for that week. So let's go ahead and let's add a student to this course. All right. So now we have a course called phlebotomy that has 3 assignments in it, and we have 1 enrolled student called Joe Student. So now we are ready to now give these assignments to Joe Student to take. So all I do is I click on the assignments tab, and I click next to the boxes for each assignment, and then I click on Give Assignment. If I just want to give them all, I would just click on the box above, and it would highlight them all. All right. So if I click on that, everything's highlighted. So let's give all 3 assignments to that student. So now once you give the assignments, a couple things happen. Number 1, it gets announced directly to the newsfeed. So now every assignment that we just announced got sent to everyone's email address as well as the newsfeed. And it also goes into the gradebook as well. So now we have a gradebook with 1 student, and we have all the assignments we just created. So what I'd like to do right now is I want to log in as a student to this course so you can see what it looks like from a student's perspective and how they go ahead and take those quizzes. All right, so now I am logged in as Joe Student, and I have these 3 assignments that I just created and I gave for Joe Student to take. So the Joe Student can go ahead and highlight classes and click on their phlebotomy class if they want and go to it, or they can just click on it directly from the newsfeed and it'll take them to that assignment that they have to do. So let's say they have Joe take the quiz first. So I click on Take Quiz. And I finished that. Okay, so now I got my score back, and I see I got 33%, but I'm done with that assignment. I go back to the Assignments tab. As you can see from a student's perspective, I submitted it, and it was graded, and I got it 1 out of 3. So now I want to go ahead and submit my essay assignment. I click on this, and I am asked to prepare my answer of the 500-word essay. So let's say I prepare my answer. And I say I would like to be phlebotomist, and that's where I would type my response in. Or I can just upload a file that I've created on a Word document. So then I have the option to save and submit for grading, or let's say I want to save it and come back later. I can do that as well. But I'm going to save this and submit it for grading right now. And then I also have to participate in my discussion. So it says, introduce yourself and tell us why you want to be in the field of healthcare. All I would do is click on the discussion, and I just click reply. All right, and there's my response. I click send, and now my message has been posted to the discussion forum. So now I'm just going to go ahead and log out. And I'm going to go back to the teacher account, and I'm going to go to the phlebotomy class. So now, if I go to the gradebook in this class, I can see that Joe's student submitted that grade. The quiz was already submitted, of which there was a 1 out of 3 score. And then there are 2 assignments that need to be graded. So there's a couple ways to get to them. So if I go to the news area here, it tells me I have 2 assignments to grade. So you automatically get that notification. If I click on that, it brings me right to these assignments. So I have 2 grade/submitted right here. So let's say I want to go ahead and grade the essay assignment. Okay. For Joe's student, I just go ahead and do that. And I enter in the score. So let's say Joe's student got an 80 out of 100 on this, and we're just going to put nice work. And then I can go ahead and add attachments if I want Joe to see anything. If anything was excused, how many attempts we gave them. And we're just going to go ahead and click on Save Grade. And if I go to the gradebook, that grade is now entered. If I just want to manually change it, I can just go to the gradebook and you can manually change anything in here. And then we have the discussion area. So if I, again, go back to the news area, it still tells me I have 1 assignment to grade. And I can see that the post has been in there and why you like to be in the field of healthcare, and you can just give scores based on their participation in the discussion. Let's say it was based on just participation alone, so we'll give them 100% on that. And we'll go ahead and save that grade. So now in the gradebook, I've given the student 3 grades. They've gotten automatically scored on the quiz, in the essay assignment, which is graded, as well as the discussion. All right, so that's the end of today's webinar. If you'd like to know more or see a personalized demo, just go ahead and click on the icon below where it says request demo or request more information. Or if you want, you can always visit us at www.iteachers.com for more information, and we're happy to help you in any way we can. Thanks so much, everybody. If you have any questions, again, just reach out to us at any time. We can be reached at www.iteachers.com or just click on the link below and let us know if you have any questions.